Charms are a peculiar addition to Diablo Immortals. For those of you that have played Diablo 2, you may remember charms as items you put into your inventory to get a variety of buffs, most notably buffs to your magic find. Well, in Diablo Immortals, I'm going to show you how this item can be quite useful and quite potent to either gain you power or make you money in the long run on the auction house. My name is Leroy, this is Leroy Gaming, and today let's go ahead and take a look at how charms work in Diablo Immortals. Alright guys, so I want to start by talking about how you're going to get charms, and you will probably gain your first few charms randomly as you go through the campaign. I know by the time I got to 60, or rather I believe it was 56 when charms actually unlock, I had maybe 3 or 4 of them, and they are pretty random. However, I will tell you the most reliable way to get charms is going to be at the Hilt vendor. If you don't know about all the great things that the Hilt vendor can provide for you, make sure to check out my Hilt video. Now, what you're going to basically want to do is once you get a nice collection of these, and I normally store them in my storage until I'm ready to work with them, you're going to want to go ahead and gather them up when you're ready to work with them and take a look at them. Now, you will notice when you get them, they're all going to be rank 1. They, again, have a level 56 requirements, and they're going to have random skill bonuses when they drop. So far, the only thing I've ever seen is a 2% baseline. And so, obviously, you can get them that for classes that aren't yours. Now, you can go and work with one that doesn't have one of your bonuses, but that's not very efficient. So, for example, I use the Bone Spear primary attack. So I'm going to be using this as an example of how we are going to upgrade these. Now, upgrading them is the first step to doing a variety of other options, including potentially imbuing them, turning them to skill stones that you could utilize towards upgrading other charms, or selling them on the auction house. So let's take a look at how we do all of that. So where you need to go in order to work with the charms is the Charm Craftsman. And in Westmarch on the mini-map, it is right here, next to the identifier and next to the Arrakis Plaza waypoint. So make your way over there. And I'm going to go ahead and interact with the Charm Craftsman. Now, in order to upgrade the charms that you do want to work with, you're going to need to basically salvage a bunch of charms. Now again, I'm sure some of these are going to be more rare or more useful to different classes than others. For me right now, I'm just going to go ahead. I want a bunch of the alchemical powder for my crafting, so I'm going to disenchant all of these that I have for now. So we're going to go under upgrades, and we're going to select the simple charm that we care about. Now do note, I have already here a grand charm that I upgraded. This is the max level 5. And now we're going to go ahead and upgrade this. And notice it costs us 20 to upgrade the first time around. It's going to give us a random skill bonus. Let's see what we get. And so we get, for example, Mystic Ally. That doesn't do us any good. Now we're going to keep doing that. So again, next upgrade to go to level 3, it's another 20. Lightning Nova, again, it doesn't help us whatsoever. There we go. We got Grim Scythe. So now this is a infinitely better stone potentially, as you'll see, because it could potentially upgrade 2 different abilities. And we'll go ahead and upgrade one more time. Okay, so once your charm is upgraded to level 5, you have one or 2 options. You can just equip it, and in this case, you'll get a 2% bonus to Bone Spear and 2% bonus to Grim Scythe. Or we can extract it. And so this is going to cost 500 platinum. Now, platinum you can either buy in the real money auction house utilizing Eternal Orbs, or you can get it free to play as well. All you got to do is sell some things in the auction house. Probably the most basic thing that you could sell are going to be basic gems. And when I say basic gems, I mean gems like this. The Topaz, for example, the basic ones. And the most cost-effective ones I found to sell are the lowest level ones. When you combine them, it seems like you actually don't get as good of a return on them. I don't know why. So do note that some of these gems, when you get them, will be bound. So they won't have this little icon in the upper left-hand corner like this. And some like my Topaz here will be tradable. So you're going to want to sell these, for example, And again, one of these is likely to fetch you 350 to 400. So you sell 2 gems and you'll have enough to do one of these extractions. So again, I want to extract this, so let's go ahead and do that. So now we have a skill stone. And again, I can either sell this on the auction house, and they sell various amounts. The most basic ones that are just that I've seen on the auction house currently are between 1,500 and 2,500 platinum. Now, this may vary depending on your server. Do note that the more of these skills that are on a skill gem that are for your particular class, the more expensive they're going to be. No matter what, though, even if you were to sell this for 1,500, you technically didn't spend any platinum on the actual charms other than that 500 imbuing, so you could double, triple, quadruple your profit or more. But what I want to do is I want to imbue it into my other gem as an example. So my other gem I have from just leveling up is the Grand Gem, and this has Corpse Lance 2% right now. And we want to go ahead and see if we can upgrade this. So I'm going to go ahead and imbue. And now what we have to do is select one of these skills to replace. And because, again, I'm a Necromancer, I don't care about any of these other ones. So we're going to go ahead and let's say we're going to replace Impale. And I want to select Skill Stone. And we only have one option. Now, it's very important. You don't get to select what you want to imbue to it. So I can't say I want Bone Spear and put it into that slot. It's not that easy. So this is going to randomly pick one of these. So I have a 2 out of 5 chance of it being helpful to me, and 1 out of 5 for it to be exactly what I want. On top of that, once it rolls, it's going to have a chance of rolling as either 2%, 4%, 6%, 8%, or 10%. And let's take a look at what happens, and I'll explain that a little bit more. So we're going to go ahead and select this, and let's see what my luck is like. And there goes the randomness. Come on. Oh, so that failed me miserably. So I could either keep original skill, what it was, or I could choose the new skill. Now do note this. Notice how I have Meteor Wizard 2% on this right now. So in theory, if this was a gem that you're trying to imbue for selling, well, you know what? It didn't roll well for me, but now all of a sudden, this is pretty good for a wizard because you could get Lightning Nova and Meteor Storm on it, and maybe this will sell well. So we'll go ahead and pick this new one, choose a new skill, and there we go. Now you have one. It says here, use imbue to replace specific skills or charms with a random one from the skill stone, as we explained. So now you'll notice this all of a sudden has become a better charm for a wizard than for a necromancer. And again, that's where the RNG comes in. Unfortunately, we did roll only 2%, so it could have been better. Now, do note that in my example, this was a grand charm that I had already equipped. So once you equip them, they become bound to you, so you can't reuse them. So you do need to decide whether you're going to commit these to kind of crafting gems for selling on the auction house or for buffing yourself. And again, there's always that RNG nature. So at this point, what I would do, again, this is something that I've equipped already. I'm going to probably try and get more of these charms, hopefully, again, roll up better options, and then apply them to here again. So it's something that you just keep trying over time, and you can get a better and better charm. Alternatively, I could go in that auction house. And here, for example, if I were to buy this skill stone for 1658, and I were to imbue this into mine, I would have a chance to either buff Corpse Explosion, Soulfire, Bone Wall. Those could all potentially be buffs to me, or it could again be unfortunate and I could roll Arcane Wind or Knife Trap. Okay, obviously if something had 4 or 5 options that are all for your class, then you're even more likely to get something that could be an upgrade for you. So again, there's a lot of RNG-ness here. You could potentially spend a lot of money on these to get something powerful. You could fail like I just did, but you could get really, really lucky and either have something really powerful for yourself or something really expensive to sell on the auction house, potentially. Okay, so I hope you guys found this guide helpful. If you did, do drop a like. If you have any other questions about the process and the charm system, again, I've been experimenting with this a little bit, not too much since the game is pretty new. So if there's something that I missed or there's information that you have that you want to share, please let me know in the comments below. And if there's something significant, I'll make sure to sticky it or make an updated video in the future. Again, guys, thank you for all your support, and I'll see you in the next video.